Hey everybody, welcome to Jamie H Nails. In this video, we're going to unbox products from Bornpretty. We're also doing a how-to for press-on nails for beginners. So when you open a kit of gel polishes from Bornpretty, you're going to see that there's a leaflet in there. That leaflet is there to help give you step-by-step directions on how to prep the nails, how to apply the gel products, as well as how to remove them. We also have another product we're going to cover here in a bit, but first we're going to look at this 6-piece gel polish kit. So in this kit, we have 6 bottles that are 10 milliliters each. Each one has a code on the top of the bottle and a representation of the color that should be in it, as well as a window to show you what color you're using. The code on the top is BP for Bornpretty, J for jelly polish, and then you have R01 through R06. So you have 6 beautiful jelly polishes. Jelly polishes are very sheer. They take very thin, even coats, and it can take up to 3 coats to get the coverage that you're desiring. These are great for a sheer nail design as well as a fully opaque nail, but the amount of layers that you're going to have to paint on the nail really depends on how opaque you want that color to be. It is important when working with or applying jelly polishes to keep those layers nice and thin and even for a couple different reasons. Jelly polishes do tend to be streaky at times or patchy at times, and they do not self-level as well as regular gel polishes in my personal opinion. So keeping those layers thin and even can help avoid the streakiness or patchiness during your application. Next, we're going to look at the metallic drawing gel. This is in the color Cyberpunk. This is a silver. It does have a mirror finish if it is applied a certain way. And this comes in different color options. And this product also comes in different variations as well. It's great for nail art. It does have a strong odor when you first open the container, but it will dissipate while you are using the product, so it doesn't stay strong and overwhelming. So now I'm going to show you what these products look like over a swatch stick. This is 2 coats of the jelly polishes over a natural. It gives you more of an opaque nail because you have that natural background. I did the nails half and half a non-white top coat and half a matte top coat so you can see what it looks like with both finishes. And as you can tell in the video, these products match really well to the labels, which is really nice. The metallic drawing gel, it will have a mirror finish if it sets and applies a certain way. I did a straight application and showed it to you in a shiny and matte finish. So here is all the products. Like I said, everything matches really well to the label. And let's go ahead and get right into the video and start our how-to for press-on nails. So getting started with full cover tips. These nail tip stands are extremely handy because you can cure 5 nails at a time. You can also do press-ons with lacquer polish if you choose to. Gel polish is a better result. And you need some full cover tips. Now, I already know my sizes, but if you've never sized your own nails before, you will need to take these out one at a time and get the correct size for each finger. You want the full cover tip to fit side to side on that nail bed. You don't want it to hang over onto the skin, and you do not want it to be too short as well. This kit of full cover tips has 10 different sizes plus extras. They run from 0 through 9. So once I size out all my full cover tips, it's time to get them on the nail tip stand. I start that off by cleaning them underneath to remove any dust or debris with a lint-free wipe, and then making sure I center them onto this tip stand very well. I don't want them to be lopsided or crooked. I want to make sure I get really good application. So I want to have them nice and straight and balanced on the nail tip stand. To get them adhered to the nail tip stand, you do need some type of adhesive. A lot of tip kits will come with this green adhesive. I don't like to use it. It's kind of messy. So I'd like to use the self-adhesive tabs we use to apply press-ons to the natural nail. They have really good adhesion and they're easy to remove. Now that all my full cover tips are attached to my nail tip stands, it's time to prep these the rest of the way for application. So we need to file or buff the very tips of our full cover tips because during manufacturing, they come off in a sheet. They're broken off to put into the box. So there is a little nub right there at the end. And I like to take a light grit file and file it a little bit at an angle. That way I get a nice, smooth, even end to my full cover tip. Then I take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free wipe and I clean all of that dust off the nail. I also clean off the entire nail to remove any finish or any oils from the surface of it so we can move on to the next step of prepping these nails for application. Now I will use isopropyl alcohol or a dry lint-free wipe, never acetone, because acetone will damage and deteriorate your full cover tip. So now we are going to go to the next step. I have an acid-free primer. I also have a buffer out, so you can do this one of two different ways. You can buff out the surface of the nail and cleanse it again, or you can go in with an acid-free primer and do a nice thin application. This is going to etch the nail and give you better adhesion as well when you go in to add your base coat gel. This product is safe to use. It is not going to damage your full cover tip, and it's going to work well if you're working with gel polishes. Now, real gel polishes need a UV LED lamp to cure and harden. If you're not working with true gel polishes and you're working with lacquer polishes, I would not follow this step. I would just buff out the surface of the nail with a buffer and then gently cleanse that with a lint-free wipe and a little isopropyl alcohol before applying your base coat. Since I am working with gel polishes, I will be able to use this product and it will air dry. I'm going to apply this to all my full cover tips, whether I'm working on 5 at a time or 10 at a time, and this is what they look like completely dried. Now I'm going to go in with Bornpretty Space Coat Gel. I'm going to apply a nice thin layer on each one of my full cover tips. I want to make sure that this gel is top to bottom, side to side, so I get full coverage. I want it to be nice and even and smooth. No lumps or bumps or bubbles or fibers in the gel, because they will show up in my application process, and keeping it nice and thin so it does not pull to the outside edges. When I get done doing my application, I will flip all of these over. That's going to help that product to self-level back towards the center, away from the edges a little bit if it has pulled out to the edges, especially if I'm putting the base coat gel on all the nails before I'm sticking them in the lamp to cure them together at the same time, because as it sets, the gel product will self-level out and it will get thicker around the outside edges. But that's what it looks like completely applied. I'm going to turn all of these over for a few seconds, and in the lamp, these are going to go to cure for 60 seconds in my UV LED lamp. So for this particular video, I decided to work with just these two colors right here out of this entire set. I need to make sure all of these bottles are well mixed, and I can roll these to get them well mixed. I can do a little bit of shaking and tapping them, but shaking and tapping your gel polishes don't mix them as well as rolling them does. So I'm going to get a nice little bead on the end of my gel polish brush. I don't want to put a whole lot onto the nail. I want to keep these layers nice and thin and even. Like I said earlier in the video, jelly polishes tend to be more streaky and patchy, and the thicker your application, the more likely you are to have some streaking or some patchiness, even if they are well mixed. They still apply beautifully and the results are beautiful, and it really depends on the design you're going for. If you're looking for more of a sheer design, you want a nice sheer nude nail, or you're wanting to fade that color out over top of something else, or if you want a more opaque nail, more of a solid nail color, that's going to determine how many coats of coverage. So it's better to go ahead and put nice thin even layers of application, because like I said earlier, jelly polishes don't like to self-level as well as other polishes do. They do tend to be more streaky or patchy, and using the self-leveling method is not going to remove any streakiness in the nail as you're doing your application. So it's better just to go ahead and be mindful and do it nice, thin, even coats. That way you can avoid that in your finished product. So in this video today, I do not show you the multiple layer application, and I also do not show you any duplicate application if I'm doing the exact same color on a different nail. I wanted to keep the video more light and short for you and really emphasize the point of keeping these layers nice and even and thin. If you're working on multiple nails for yourself, you can go through and do your first coat of application on all your nails and turn them over for a few seconds to help them self-level a little bit before sticking them into your lamp to cure. I'm going to stick these in my lamp to cure for 60 seconds, and I'm doing the 3 coats of coverage. So this is what the thumbnail looks like completely done. And again, that's 3 coats of application, a 60-second cure for each coat in my UV LED lamp. And I did that alongside the pinky nail because they were identical. So next I'm going to be moving on to do the application on the index finger. Some people might refer to this as the pointer finger, and I'm going to use this beautiful soft peach color. I'm going to go in and do 2 thin coats of application, of course curing each layer for 60 seconds in my UV LED lamp. Then I'm going to come back in with this beautiful rose pink color that I used on the thumb and pinky, and I'm just going to apply that to the back portion of the nail. I'm going to take some base coat in a square brush. I'm going to run the brush through the base coat and draw out the excess gel. That's going to help me to draw some of that pink color down to fade it onto the nail a little bit. And that layer is going to cure in the lamp for 60 seconds as well. Then I'm going to come back with that rose color again, and I'm going to apply a little bit more to the back. And then I'm going to use the gel brush to apply that nice and thin all the way down the entire nail. I'm going to repeat that exact same thing onto the ring finger of this set of nails, and that's going to give me a beautiful, nice little bit of an ombre effect on the nail. I'm actually going to leave those nails just like that through this entire set because I think they are pretty just the way they are. So as I'm working through the rest of that process on those 2 nails, as you can see, I'd already done my base application on the ring finger. I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to thank Bornpretty for sending these beautiful jelly polishes and this metallic drawing gel to me. I absolutely appreciate it. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this how-to video. I hope you enjoy creating some beautiful press-on nails for yourself. I'd love to hear your comments down below in my comment section of the video. Let me know what you think of these beautiful polishes, this nail design, and what is your experience with creating your own press-on nails? Are you just getting started? I would love to hear your story. If you're here and you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash that like button for me, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Click that bell for notifications. That way YouTube will let you know when I post a video and you will not miss a thing. Also, if you are interested in these jelly polishes I'm working with today, Bornpretty has given me a link to go and get these off of Amazon for you, and a discount code that will save you some additional money when you're purchasing these from Amazon. You can also find these jelly polishes from bornprettystore.com, and you can use my link down below, my affiliate link, and it will take you directly to the website. I do have a discount code that will save you money on the website as well. So if you're interested in these particular products, or you're interested in other products that Bornpretty has to offer, so don't forget to check my description section for the Amazon link or the Bornpretty store link, and don't forget to use that discount code to save yourself some money on your purchase. So now that I'm done applying all the jelly polish to all the nails, they look absolutely beautiful. I love these colors. I'm going to go in and add some designs. I'm only going to show you one finger on camera so you can get an understanding of how the metallic drawing gel works, what it's like to work with, and I will finish the other 2 nail designs off camera for you. So like I said earlier, the metallic drawing gel, when you first open it, it does have a little bit of an odor. It can be a little strong at first, but it does dissipate as you're working with it. I'm going to go in and work with a liner brush. Though I had a 9mm brush and a 12mm brush set aside, I ended up actually only using the 12mm brush for all three of the designs I did on the three nails. So I did the thumbnail, the middle finger, and the pinky nail. If you're interested in how I did the designs on the middle finger and the pinky, let me know down in the comment section and I will put something together to do a quick how-to video how I did those designs or reel for you. So working with the metallic drawing gel, it is a very easy product to work with. It makes your nail art just a breeze. Now you can apply it to get a nice metallic appearance and design onto the nail. You can also apply it and let it set a little bit and it will come to more of a mirror finish on the nail as well if you're working with it. So it's a very versatile product. I like just working with it as it is. I like that metallic look to it. It's very, very pretty and it's so easy to work with. It almost does the work for you. And so on the nail, I'm actually creating a line on the nail. I don't want the line to be all the way down the center of the nail. So it wasn't a mistake that was a little bit offset. I'm putting the larger part of the design onto one side and a smaller part to the other. So I wanted the nail to have a little bit of balance. So if it appears that it's a little bit offset or even looks like it's right down the middle of the nail to you, it's actually set off a little bit to the side to make room for a larger portion of the design to be up on the left hand top portion of the nail and the smaller aspect of the design to be on the bottom right hand side of the nail. So I'm just taking the liner brush, getting a nice little thin even amount, taking my liner brush and I'm rolling it through. I've got this on a palette. I use a ceramic tile, a coated ceramic tile. I find that those are very easy to work with and they're stain resistant. So I can scrub it, I can scrape it with a razor blade if I need to. I can do all of that with it and it does not damage the tile. So I do prefer to work with those over regular resin palettes because they're very, very easy to clean. They clean up extremely well with alcohol. I hardly ever need to touch my palette with acetone or anything that's a little more abrasive. So like I said, I have some of this metallic drawing gel onto my tile, and you can get a tile like that at any general hardware store, just a regular bathroom tile essentially, and they work beautifully, very, very easy to clean. And I'm taking my brush and I'm drawing it through that product and rolling it as I'm drawing it out to get a nice even amount onto my brush. I don't want big heavy beads on the brush. Sometimes I'll dip it right at the very end to get a bead deliberately, just depending on what I'm doing on the design, but I don't want to have a big heavy bead of product just right there in the certain portion of the brush before the tip because that's going to interfere with the design that I'm working with. Also, if you're new to nail art and you're working with gel products, starting to work with gel products, keep your brushes away from your UV LED light because those brushes get exposed to that light. That product will cure on those brushes and they will be trash after that. So you don't want to throw away money. So make sure you keep your brushes away from there. And when you are using gel products with your brushes, I don't ever go any higher than maybe 2/3 up the bristles when it comes to the gel products. I want to keep them from that point further down. The metal part of the brush that you can see on there, that ferrule of the brush, we want to keep the gel from getting inside there. We also want to keep the cleaning products. So this particular brush right here can be cleaned with alcohol only with the gel polishes that I'm working with and this metallic drawing gel. So I don't have to worry about using acetone to clean this brush. Acetone is very, very damaging. Alcohol can be damaging as well. So make sure you know what type of brushes you're using and how they need to be cleaned and cared for. You also want to make sure that you're not drying the brush out completely. So you always want to keep a little bit of gel in that brush. So when you're done using it and cleaning it, you can also roll that in a little bit of base coat or a little matte top coat and keep it in a nice covered place away from light. That way it does not get damaged, or a cap on it if your brushes particularly come with a cap. So there's a lot to know about nail art. So if you're new to nail art, you can pick up a lot of these tips from so many different artists, and we go out of our way just to make sure that you know, be careful, because when you're first starting out, there are a lot of things to learn, and keeping your brushes away from the UV LED light is essential to know, but there are so many things that are essential to know. So if you follow my channel, you'll know that I like to give little tidbits here and there when I think they're applicable to what I'm talking about. But if you have any questions for me, feel free to always leave them down in the comments section. No matter how silly you think the question might be, we all have to learn somewhere, some way. So always feel free to ask any questions if you have them. And if it's something that I can answer for you, I will definitely do my best to answer that question. So getting back to talking about the set of nails I'm working with today, these types of designs are very nice and simple and easy. They don't have to be perfect. Practice is always key when it comes to doing any type of line work, but getting comfortable with the brushes that you're working with and understanding how they work is also essential, and getting better at doing your line work. Now, my line work is not absolutely perfect and flawless. We all have mistakes that we make when we're doing designs on nails. But you will get better as time goes on. Practice is definitely key, as well as understanding the products that you're working with. Even for myself, I continue to grow and evolve, learn about new products, new techniques over time. I develop my own techniques. It definitely is a process. It takes a lot of practice. Even if you have a background in art, background with painting, it's a totally different canvas. It's a completely different canvas. It's nice and small. The products that you're working with are different, but I think they're very forgiving. So if you're new to nail art, definitely hang in there, because it does take time. It does take practice. We're all always learning. We're all always growing and getting better as time goes on, and definitely practice is key for that. So I am almost completely done with the line work. I did all the line work at one time. I didn't cure in between any of these lines. I just did it all straight through, and I think it turned out really, really pretty. That's what it looks like after coming out of the lamp for a 60-second cure. Then I decided I wanted to add a couple little dots here and there. To create the dots, I'm going to use a dotting tool. This is a double-sided dotting tool. These come in really handy for making different size dots on nails. They come in handy to create eyes or light reflections off eyes. They just are very, very versatile. You can use these for carving into gels and other products to create designs. They're just very versatile. So I'm going to use this product right here to go ahead and take the metallic drawing gel and just add a few dots into the bottom section of the nail and the top section of the nail. Then I will stick that in the lamp to cure that again before I top coat these nails. I do top coat all the design nails off of camera, and I will show you the top coat application on the last two nails. So this nail is almost completed. After I finish adding in the dots, like I said, 60 seconds in the lamp, and then I will top coat it. And this is what the nail looks like before the top coat is applied. I think the dots just gave it a little something extra and made it even more pretty. And these colors just work beautifully together. These metallic drawing gels are great for professionals. They are also great for beginners. So if you're beginning with your nail art, definitely check out these metallic drawing gels. This is what they look like before and after. These are the designs that I put onto the middle finger and the pinky finger. These were really, really quick and simple designs, very easy. And I will show you up close what these nails look like really quickly before we go in and add the top coat. This one here in the middle is an abstract butterfly. I just think it turned out really, really pretty. And the pinky nail is similar to the thumbnail. We're just taking that similar type of design and tying it over into the other portion of the set. So these nails are not identical, yet they complement each other and they work well together. So that is all the designs. I'm going to go in and add that non-wipe top coat from Bornpretty, their super top coat. This top coat cures with a non-wipe surface, which means you don't have to remove any tacky layer from the surface of this top coat. When you get done curing it, you can still cleanse the upper portion of the nail after you've applied it, but it's not necessary. And this top coat is also good to apply chrome powders to the nails. You can cure this top coat in the lamp for 60 seconds and apply your chrome powder immediately after it comes out of the lamp when it's still warm to get a good chrome powder application out of this top coat as well. So now this top coat is labeled super top coat, and they actually have another top coat in a different bottle that's labeled the exact same way. This one actually is a non-wipe top coat. This particular one is, and it's great for multiple purposes. Like I said, like chroming the nails and having a non-wipe finish on the top of your nails when you're done. So now that the top coat has been applied, these are ready to go in the lamp and cure one last time for 60 seconds. This is what they look like before, and this is what they look like after they completely cured. Now I need to clean these up and get these ready for application. I've got a lint-free wipe with a little isopropyl alcohol on it, and I don't have to cleanse the surface, but I'm going to, because I want to get around the sides and underneath the nail as well. And if any of the adhesive from the nail tip stand is stuck to the bottom of the nail, I want to get that off as well. I want to make sure my top coat is all the way from top to bottom, side to side when I do my nails. That keeps my gel polish protected on my nail and keeps it from chipping. And I may have to file or buff around the outside edges of the nail if there's anything uneven there. I didn't have to do that on this set of nails. All I needed to do is cleanse them and they were ready to go. So I'm ready to show you guys the finished result, and here they are. This is what they look like, completely cleansed. So I did prep my hand by pushing my cuticle back, roughening up the surface of my nail, cleansing it with alcohol, and applied self-adhesive tabs. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.